found a waterfall in Texas. Would you want to live here?
Which one goes first? Oh, I do.
Behind me are the restrooms.
They're serious about their barbecue.
We found a waterfall in Texas. It's probably man-made, but who cares? We're at Fort Stockton's oldest house. Would you want to live here? We're at the Fort Stockton Historical Site. Behind me are the restrooms. I'm sure that is something that was built later. And actually, I think most everything is reconstructed later. I don't think there's anything original here because we read a sign that said once the troops had left for the Civil War and they came back, none of the original buildings were still here. We are approaching barracks number 2 and kitchen number 2. K2.
What'd you find, Debbie?
Trash.
I guess there's nothing to explain why they have hexagonal wheels. What's your first impression of the kitchen number 2?
I don't think they did a lot of cooking in here.
The building is nice and sound.
It's nice they have displays about the history. Ready to see where they slept?
Yeah, let's go check out barracks number 1.
Barracks number 2.
Oh. This place is big.
The buildings that we're seeing today were built in 1867 after the Civil War. Fort Stockton was rebuilt to help protect all of the routes that were coming through this area, like the overland mail route and routes for people trying to get to the west on the different like Chihuahua routes and such. So that's why Fort Stockton was rebuilt. And so what we are seeing is actually the remains of the original buildings. Some of them have been renovated to give us a better view of what it looked like in the late 1860s.
The doors are locked, but here's an inside view of one of the officers' quarters. So in addition to being a guardhouse, over its life, it was used as a private residence and also a Boy Scout hut. So as a former Boy Scout leader, I'm not sure what kind of trouble the kids would have gotten into with all these metal grates and rooms. There's Debbie out walking out without me. Let's see what she's found. It's another Roadrunner.
Ready to see what's next?
Yeah, let's go out to the courtyard. Cowboy saddles is the most important tool. So every part was functional. Stirrups to keep his feet in place and help him keep balance. The horn to help tie off the lariat and rope cattle. There's a saddle on the right. We can climb on and see how it feels. All right, Debbie, you gonna give it a shot? Ready to go riding for 8 hours?
Probably not. Yeah, we're not going to let this moment go by without you trying. You're so cute. I think Shelly got jealous that you and I got to try the saddle out and she didn't.
This is interesting.
So before banks, the townspeople kept their valuables in here?
So it sounds like a storekeeper had a safe made. People kept their money in the safe that he kept in his store.
I see they have a chuck box on display. How does that compare to the one that you had when you would camp with the Boy Scouts?
It's probably a little bit lighter. Ours is made out of plywood and 2x4s. Ours is fancy. It opened from both sides, so you could prep on one side and cook on the other. It's a good way to keep all the boys engaged during the camping trips.
Now that I read the sign, this chuck box went on the sides of automobiles and held tools for the automobile. I guess a chuck box is anything that you chuck things into.
Very good. We're looking at the courtyard, and each of these doors, pretty sure were rooms that would be rented out to the folks traveling through. A little garage.
I'm not sure Shelly's comfortable riding in the buggy.
Look what we got here. I don't think these were originally here.
No, they're from a roadside park on Route 67 near McCamey, Texas.
Okay. So are these like castings they made?
Yes, they are plaster cast from the dinosaur footprints.
They're not the real things?
No, sorry. I'm thinking that one's the skull.
All right, Shelly. I'll set it up for you. Which one goes first? Oh, I do. Which one's next? Have a good day. Shelly and I are going to go for a walk.
All right, Shelly. What are you cooking for us today? All right, Shelly. Time to wash up so you can go to bed.
How was your stay?
It was great. 2 thumbs up.
Good deal. You forgot Shelly.
Don't leave me.
Fort Stockton in Texas. They're serious about their barbecue. They have 4 different barbecue pits in the city park. And look at all these barbecue grills. Wow.
It's huge.
They do some serious cooking out here. They got smokers here. Okay, maybe not smokers, but the grills where you could do smoking. Open flame. Sink. Plenty of tables to have your whole extended family come out. And then the cousins can sit over there. Walk around Rooney Park in Fort Stockton, Texas. Over here beside us is Comanche Springs. Doesn't look like much now. It was definitely an attraction during the summer, swimming, water parties. I forget what they called them.
Yeah, back in what, the mid 1850s, early 1900s.
Yeah. And then farms started sprouting out, wells dug, and they drew out so much water that the springs stopped flowing. So the city tried to sue the landowners for the water back. They lost, but they did come to an agreement that they would share the water somehow. The sign's not in best condition, but walk around the park. We've seen different areas set aside for water slides. Davey and I are walking around the park, look all kinds of nature. And me with my hunter eyes spot a predator getting ready to attack. Always have to be on the lookout.
Believe it or not, guys, we're gonna go through another windstorm. This one's in Texas, as you can tell from the flag. As much as it's blowing, we're only at the very beginning of this windstorm. It's not bad at all yet. We're expecting gusts up to 70 miles an hour later today. We were told by the owner of the campground that the Texas flag is 30 feet by 60 feet. They put a warm blanket on their plants to keep them from freezing. I think that's so adorable and smart. They have a really nice community fire pit. And their laundry room has 3 washers and 3 dryers, and it was very clean. When we passed this building coming into the RV park, we actually thought it was a restaurant. But in talking to the owner, he said, no, it's a 3-bedroom house that they rent out. This is their storage building for their golf cart and tools they need to maintain the RV park. I just thought it was really cool how they decorated it, made it look like a general store. And they have a pet area. They call it the puppy patch.